Welcome back to my channel. Today I am working on part 2 of my Aes Sedai costume, and that is the Simplicity Pattern 8561 leggings. I went with the letter D version of the pattern because it's able to incorporate 2 different colors of fabric. And unfortunately, when I went back to get more fabric from my shirt that I had made in the previous video, that bolt was all sold out. So I got new fabric that looked exactly the same in the store, but when I got them home, it was obvious that the dye lot was different, and there is a noticeable difference. So luckily I had a little bit left of the old color, and I can incorporate both colors pretty good in here to make it look like the change was intentional. Step 1, I am sewing on the pocket edging piece onto the side panel of the leggings. So machine sewing, and then the back side of it will get hand sewn on. It's very hard to film, so I don't have a clip of that. I tried it and it just did not turn out well, so there is no clip of me hand sewing the back side on. Next up, we're going to pin the pocket part onto this side panel. So this is the old fabric from my shirt. This is going to be the contrast that I'm using to tie the shirt and all that together. Then once that's pinned, we're just going to go ahead and sew that down. I'm using just a straight stitch very long because this will get pulled out. This is just to hold it all together until I have all of the pieces put together and pinned to do the final sewing. After that, I'm shortening up my stitches to normal, the 2.5, and then I'm stretching it out and sewing the bottom of the pocket together. Now I'm pinning the front panel and the side panel of the leggings together using the markings that I made when I originally cut the fabric out. Now here again is where I wish I had a serger machine to stitch these together, but I don't. So I'm using a zigzag stitch, and I've moved the stitches a little bit closer together. That way it allows for more stretch. This needs to be stretchier than my shirt because these pants are fitting tight to my body as opposed to hanging loose like my shirt does. Now, this was really hard for me to pin right away, but I realized I just wanted to match up the 2 markings. Because the seat part, the back panel and the side panel, are both curved and it looks funky, I just pinned where the 2 marks match up. And then as I start sewing it, I'm just gonna move the fabric around. As you can see now, I'm really just actually going slow as I do this. I have the video sped up to ×8, but I'm going pretty slow, that way I can get everything lined up to those 2 pins because these curves are difficult for me to sew. Stretchy fabric, and being new and all to costuming, this was very challenging for me to do. However, I got it done and it all worked out, and so far, so good. Everything's lining up great for me. Then once I get the side and the back panel sewn together, I can sew the front and the back panels together so it makes a whole leg. And again, I'm using zigzag stitches for this to allow for the stretching. Here I'm going to start sewing the crotch part of the pants together. So I have one leg inside out and one leg right side out, and I'm putting them inside of each other and lining up the seams and all of those little marks that I had originally markered when I had the pattern on. And then I'm starting at the top and then just sewing down through that curve, making sure that all my seams line up, that way my pants don't look goofy in the end. I had to adjust the camera angles a lot because the sewing machine was bumping this around quite a bit today. Now I am taking the two waistband pieces and sewing those together into one continuous loop. Unfortunately, this is the final sewing clip that I have because something happened and things didn't load properly in transfer, and the clips from sewing the band onto the pants is damaged, but it gets stitched on to the front and then hand stitched around, and the elastic gets inserted into that waistband. Now that all is said and done, I have two almost matching pieces of my outfit together. So if you want to see the future episodes, hit that like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching!